Pulsechain. It might be a long time. Let's jump into it. So Hex, it's looking good. Above 13, back above this 290. Trying to test resistance at 20 cents. It's looking good. Broke out of this resistance right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's pretty easy to see how we could be doing something like this. So, you know, I wouldn't be selling any Hex right now. It looks really good, and we got the end of the sacrifice coming the end of this month, so probably going to get a good run up. Be nice if we could run up towards this resistance here, and I could see us getting rejected at this resistance, pulling back to this support here at 22 cents, and then making that run to 50 cents. So it would look something like this, boom, boom. On the way to people thinking that Pulsechain is coming soon, which I just don't think. I mean, maybe April. I could see April. Oh man, we might as well shut up about it. It could be another curve. We could have another curveball, man. This Dow thing worries me, to be honest. If he throws another curveball in there about a Dow sacrifice, it's not going to be to the end of this year, man. I'm going ahead and saying it now. It ain't coming no time soon. But X looks good. That's the coin that we do have. You know what I'm saying? So that's looking good. Bitcoin had a nice run. Didn't break out above my resistance line. I don't know about y'all resistance lines. My resistance line, it hasn't broken out yet. It's trying to though. But this is looking a little bit, you know how I am about my 1334 moving averages in here. These two moving averages right here are looking a little, you know, looking like they're doing something like this. Like, yeah, right. So I do see a potential pop to the 290 at 46,000. But I mean, if that happens, then they're really going to be squeezing tight. And that means we're going to get a pretty severe pullback to this support line back at 40,000. But I do start to get bullish above here at 47,000. So that's where it'll probably roll over at. Let's look at ETH. Feeling good today, man. I think it must be the green. Not that green. This green. You know what I'm saying? Everything's coming to some resistance levels. I mean, you should have been bought crypto. Like I was saying a couple weeks ago, these are the areas that if you gonna buy something, hey, here's your chance. I bought a few things, but you know, not much. I haven't gone too hard. So where I am now is, man, I wish I had some better div generators. I mean, I'm not even gonna front. I mean, Hex is doing great as far as this, but that's not every day though. I went ahead and got into AnimalFarm. Shout out to Bitcoin Brown. He sent me some free pigs and dogs. If it wasn't for him, I would not be interested in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that should speak volumes. Now, with that being said, I do see the potential. It's just that I felt like I was so late in this community, and I really dropped the ball for not being in it, because I mean, it's basically the same people that's around me. But it just was, you know, drip and all that stuff just never looked like anything that would amount to much, you know. And if you're offended by that, Forex Shark, I'm sorry, but the UIs don't look that great. But the stuff that you've put together is impressive. With that being said, I'm not that confident, but I do see how there is a recipe for some type of big, you know, explosion of this platform. There are a few factors. The person behind it, Forex Shark, is loud and he talks a lot. So that automatically covers a big portion of the marketing pie. It has a face. Well, not a face. Doesn't have a face, but it has a figurehead. Being the creator who's very transparent and always, you know, talking and giving updates. People love that shit. You see it with Hex. Now, as far as how it works, I'm not getting into that. You know, same thing with Hex. I never really explained. I mean, I explained Hex a couple times, but for the most part, you had to figure that shit out on your own. So, am I ready to say that this is the in-between thing while I wait on Pulsechain? this close because everybody in my circle is in it. And I need something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I need something to talk about. I'm tired of sitting here waiting on content, man. I need some content. The easiest way to put it is 2 tokens, right? You use dogs to farm pigs. Pigs is the governance token. And it also pays BUSD divs. It doesn't stake. It stakes, but it doesn't duplicate. You don't earn more pigs by staking. You earn BUSD. Okay. Now dogs is, for what I'm seeing right now, it's only used to farm pigs. That's the only reason people are buying it. But it's actually holding up in its price better than pigs, which is actually pretty interesting, which I kind of expected. The whole time I was like, pigs? Why would you make pigs the main token? You would make dogs. So I can see a situation where dogs is going to perform well, pigs is going to perform bad, making it do its own thing, which the token per block is, yeah, this right here changes. So right now it's on pegged. So if the price is doing well, the emission rate is maximal. If the price is doing really bad, it starts becoming deflationary. So it's one of those rebase tokens. Now it has these fees. There's fees baked into the dogs and pig token. So every time you make a trade or something, it has one of those taxes. So the tax goes to this, right, which you can pretty much see right here. BUSD involved. Now this has been growing. So as people trade and move the coins around, this fills up. Now, also what I've heard, I don't know, you got to confirm this shit for yourself, man, because I don't know. I'll be barely paying attention. What I understand, he has a whole bunch of capital on demand. So from all the stuff he's like drip and all that stuff, the stuff that I missed out on. From what I understand, he's going to start deploying that into buying back these and filling this up. I'm not sure, but I did hear him say he's going to do buybacks. How am I playing this? What I did is I just went into the USDC BUSD pool, took the 4% fee, which I'm almost ROI on. Now, what's interesting is these APRs these are going to start to suck. So these aren't going to be attractive. I would even say they're probably not attractive right now. If you're not expecting on being in this thing a month, you might not make your deposit fee back for a month. I should have it back by the end of this week. I'm about 2% off. So I went in this super safe pool and earning dogs, and what I've been doing is selling the dogs and just throwing it back in here to get my deposit back to even, so everything will be profit. I've since started like keeping some of the dogs, and of course the dogs they earn pigs. So yeah, it's really a meme platform. But what's crazy, the craziest thing about this that I must say, I was watching somebody talk about this in a video yesterday, and my wife loves dogs, you know what I'm saying? So she heard dogs, somebody say, you buy your dogs or do something with your dogs, and she perked up. I never seen her perk up over any crypto in my entire life. No one's ever said anything in a crypto video and she said, and looked up. Never. She doesn't give a fuck about crypto, basically. But I was like, you care about this? She was like, yeah, I want some dogs. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. That's why the memes took off. So, I mean, I knew that, but to me, it's like, they're not really real dogs, right? It's just numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, yeah. So I started to kind of keep some of the dogs. I already have some pigs. Shout out to Bitcoin Brown for giving them to me for free. I told him, I'm not promoting this. This isn't you paying for me to promote this. It's not what this is. You donated some shit. Grain of salt taking this. Yeah, I'm buying the tokens is very risky. So let's look at pigs. If anything, I'm just treating it like it's a farm. If it goes down if it goes down low enough, like I actually bought some. I bought some at kind of high. I bought some at like 420 on this dip right here. And that's what was my approach. I said, if I'm gonna get some, let's look at the cons here. The divs on this BUSD earn on the amount of pigs is not that high, but it is kind of high if you're looking at it as like a stable coin. So that's how it's like, because I'm like, man, this isn't really earning that much. But it's like, well, if this was a stable coin staked, it would be something like that. So I'm kind of looking at pigs like a stable coin that can appreciate in value, but it's going down, you know? So I'm glad I'm in it because everybody in my Discord, it keeps talking about it. They won't shut up about drip, and I'm in drip too. So leave me alone about drip. I'm in it. Okay. As far as drip goes, I think I'm going to build up I'm going to slowly build a position. I might not even do that shit because I'm looking at some of the people in drip, and these guys have a ton in drip. As far as like dashboard money, they have a ton in that shit, man. And basically coming along and pumping your bags by buying it, you know? So drip, I'm gonna marinate on that. I get it. You ain't gotta keep, man, Trey, you need to get in drip. I'm in it. I'm not gonna throw a big bag in that shit at one time though. Let's look at dogs. Damn, they throwing some of my designer. Hold up. Yo, since I'm talking and might put this public, because this would probably be a member video if it wasn't for, you know, this being a pretty good video. There we go. Let's do a video. Dogs looks really good actually. But you know, as always, this is like very risky. I wouldn't buy dogs here. I wouldn't buy pigs. I wouldn't do any. Only thing I would recommend actually maybe taking a gamble at is providing some stable coin liquidity and farming them for free. And even then you got to make back the good old handy dandy deposit, not on those, but the stables. You got to earn that deposit fee back. But they do have these single asset ones too with 6%. And you can stake dogs and earn pigs and all that stuff. So, you know, keeping an eye on it. I'll put the link down in the description for it. Since you guys won't shut up about it,